gorgeous, and welcome back to Vitale Style. Today I'm recreating this makeup look, which is the look I was wearing in my August favorites that everybody wanted to see what I was wearing. So everybody was like, tutorial, tutorial, tutorial. And I told you in that video that I wanted to start doing some more all drugstore tutorials. So this is one of them, and I hope that you enjoy it. I got a lot of requests to recreate it, so I was happy to do so to the best of my memory. I didn't use a couple of the same products because I wanted to use all drugstore. The only products I didn't use that were the same was the lip products. I used something different today because I wanted to keep it all drugstore, and I used something else in that day. I think I used MAC Boldly Bare in that day. So I wanted to keep it all drugstore, and yeah, I hope that you enjoy it. It's a really lovely gray taupe-ish yet wearable. I wouldn't call it a smoky eye, but it's like gray and taupe-ish, and it's wearable, and it's using the Maybelline, the Nudes palette, which I've had a lot of people requesting me to do looks using this one. So this is one of many, and I hope that you enjoy it. Let me know what you guys want to see next week. As always, my eyebrows are already applied in the video, and I have to share with you something really quickly. A product from the drugstore that I've been using on my eyebrows. I didn't use it today because I already had my eyebrows done before I decided to film this video, because I had an appointment this morning, so I had on eyebrows, just my eyebrows on, because I feel weird without them and no makeup. But if you are looking for like a drugstore really cheap alternative to the dip brow, I think that this is a really good one. This is the Wet n Wild Fergie Collection cream liner. I have the brown one, and I use this to fill in my eyebrows, and it is waterproof, and it is just a great color for me. So I wanted to give that a mention just in case you were looking for something to carve your brows with. If you have really jet dark hair, like jet black hair like me, the brown one works really, really well. So without further ado, stop yapping and get on with the tutorial. For primer base kind of thing, I'm going to use the Color Tattoo, the Leather Collection by Maybelline, and this is the color Creamy Beige. I'm going to apply that with my ring finger, and then I'll just blend it out with a brush in just a minute. Now I'm just using the Sonia Kashuk like stiff dome brush to blend it out, but any brush you have will do the job. This is a beautiful base that's going to give you a little bit of color, but really sort of enhance the colors of any color you put on top of it. And we're going to need that intensity. We're going to need a little bit of help because I'm using the Maybelline Nudes palette, and kind of a hit or miss palette. So any little bit helps in terms of making the colors show up a little bit more. I'm using a MAC 239, and the first color I'm going with is this color right over here. Doesn't say, but plunk that. I'm just really working to get the color on there. Now I'm using a Sigma E35, and I'm going to use this color right here, which is kind of like the matte version of the first one that we used. So this is what I'm going to use now. And again, this doesn't have, well, it's got a little bit of sheen to it. It's not totally matte, but it's not as, doesn't have the same sheen as the first one we used. And this is going to be what I'm going to pop into the crease and just run it back and forth. This is kind of like the transitional color. It's not super pigmented, so I can really buff it back and forth. And it looks like I've got mascara on my lashes. What happened was yesterday, I by accident put on some waterproof mascara. I didn't mean to, and I never use waterproof mascara. I just have a tube of Lash Blast waterproof, just in case I ever need it, and I also have a regular Lash Blast. So I ended up using the waterproof by accident, and it's difficult for me to get it off, and I use an oil-based, I do use an oil-based makeup remover, but it's still like very difficult to get it off, which is why I never use it. Okay. So, I guess I can use this brush. I'm going to use this brush, which is just a large shadow brush, and I'm going to go with this color right over here, which is like a matte cool tone brown. I'm going to pop this onto the outer corner, and I'm going to need to pat it in there a couple times in order for it to really show up. And then when I'm ready to run it into the crease, I'll switch to a different brush. I'm just sort of placing it where I want it for now. going back in with that E35 with nothing on it, and I am going to blend back and forth, and really blend in circular motions where we applied the color to really sort of smoke it out and to make sure it's not harsh. There's no harsh lines. Now you can leave it like this and move on to liner if you wanted to. I just want to define that sort of that outer crease a little bit, so I'm going to go in with this color right here, which is a beautiful gray color. Again, it's not super pigmented, so it's not going to be difficult to really blend this, but I just want to have it on a pointed brush. This is the Sigma E45. It's tapered so that I can really focus it on the outer corner and right into the outer crease. And then I'm just going to go back in with an E35 with whatever's on it. I feel like if there's a little bit of the gray shadow from before, it helps, I guess, blend things better, so that that little bit of color kind of like tames down the harsh, darker gray. Now for highlighter, there's no highlight color in here that I really like to use that's kind of light enough. I suppose I could use this one. You know what, I'll just use this one. It's kind of like a creamy color. It's a little bit pink, so I'm a little nervous, but again, it's not really that pigmented, so I'm not concerned that it's going to really show up pink, and it actually looks pretty good. Don't mind my brows because they need to be waxed like right over there, right over here. But you guys know I have some serious brow issues, so I'm not going to really worry about it. And then I'm going to use this color right over here with that same little, this is just a little Sonia Kashuk shadow brush. And I'm going to pop a little bit of that into the inner corner. And now I am ready for some wings liner. I'm using my Essence Gel Liner and my Sigma E65 brush. Now this is drying out, but you know, for the price, I'll just repurchase it, and it still works really, really well. It's like the edges are drying out, but the middle isn't. And some of you give me the brilliant idea of taking a toothpick and just poking at it and mushing it around a bit, and that should help, and it definitely does. So now I'm just going to create a wing. You can do this as big or as small as you prefer. It's up to you. Now that I have that done, I'm just going to take a makeup wipe, wrap it around my finger, and then just run it right under that wing liner to clean up any of the extra shadow and to really sharpen up that wing. This is why I always prefer to do my eyeshadow first. I don't know, I just prefer it that way, that I can clean things up how I want them and there's no fallout onto my foundations, which is always good. Okay, now I am going to, let's see, you know what I'm going to zoom you out so we can do the rest of the face, and then we'll finish off the bottom lash line. For the rest of the face, the primer I'm going to use is well, I use it as a primer, is the Olay Instant Wrinkle and Pore Vanisher. I'm going to use that. I'm going to pop this all over where I feel like I need to hide my pores. This is really similar to the Benefit Porefessional. I tend to like this a little bit better because I feel like it's not as dry and crumbly as the other one, or at least on me anyway. So I'm gonna pop this where I want to help help cancel out, or at least erase a little bit anyway, my pores and my wrinkles, which is right under my eyes, around my nose, pretty much anywhere. Pretty much everywhere. For foundation, I've gone back to an oldie but a goodie. This is one I picked up a new one recently. I'll talk about it in my weekly favorites next week, but this is one I used to use a long time ago, and for some reason I stopped using it. This is the Maybelline Dream Smooth Mousse, and the color I have it in is 240 Natural Beige. And I'm going to use a Sigma flat top. This is the one I've been using just with this foundation because I don't like to cross-contaminate. I'm just going to pop that onto the skin. For concealer, I'm mixing together my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in medium and sand. The medium is really lovely because it has like a salmon undertone, so it really helps cancel out the dark circles because I'm not using my Armani corrector. And if any of you know of a good drugstore corrector, let me know. I know that Pixie makes a corrector, but I mean it's like 30 bucks, so I kind of consider that high end because it is pretty expensive. But if any of you know of a good drugstore corrector, please let me know. I'm just blending that in first, and then I'm going to follow that up. I'm not blending it in all the way. I'm just kind of smearing it where I want it. And then I'm going to follow it up with the sand, which is like a shade or so lighter. This is really nice for brightening. So I just do a couple of dots, not too many, because I'm not really trying to do a super bright. But I feel like I need to, whenever I do something that's whenever I'm using a concealer that's considerably lighter than my skin tone, I like to do it, if I'm doing it under my eyes, I like to do it a little bit down the center of the face. That way it's well balanced and it's not like light and then that's it. Because then it just feels like it looks a bit funny. So I'm just blending things out with this e.l.f. concealer brush, which is amazing, by the way, and I need to pick up another one. And then I'm just going to follow that up with my Sigma brush that I use for my foundation. Just pat it all in place. Now for powder, I am using this Nude Wear powder by Physicians Formula. I'm going to use a lighter color right over here with a Sigma tapered highlighter brush F35. I'm going to use that, I guess these two lighter shades, mix them together to set my under eyes. And then I kind of swirl everything together and just lightly dust it onto the face just to set the foundation. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Sun & Bronze from NYC in the color Mantouk Bronze with this angled brush from Bare Minerals. Just going to swirly, swirly, swirly. And pop that into the hollows of the cheek, forehead, where you normally bronze. For blush, I'm going to use this CoverGirl blush in Soft Mink and my F10 from Sigma. This is a gorgeous blush. It's got a little bit of like a lovely sheen to it, so there's no need for a highlighter. Blend everything out with my big bronzer brush from Equal Tools. And I'm not going to wear a highlighter on top of it because I don't know if you can see, but my cheeks got lovely glow to it from the from that blush. I'm trying to reach for something and I can't. I'm just going to finish everything off with my Dewey setting spray before I do my lower lash line. And now as that sets, I'm going to do my lower lash line. I'm going to take a, what is this? Flat definer brush E15 from Sigma. I'm going back in with that Nudes palette and I'm going to start with this color right over here, the first sort of deeper brown that we used. I'm going to sort of run that underneath the lower lash line. And then I'm going to lightly go over that with a darker gray that we used, really focusing that on the outer half and just kind of like, I want the intensity to be on the outer half and then lighter on the inner half. So that's why I kind of place it there, run it back and forth a bit. And then once I've placed that color and it's mostly off my brush, I drag it in. Now just to highlight in the inner corner a bit more, I'm going to go in with this color once again on that little Sonia Kashuk brush and just pop that into the inner corner. I'm just going to curl my lashes, give them a good curl. And that you can apply some false leaves, and I might even do that if it wasn't for the fact that I feel like I damaged my eyelashes so much last night by trying to take off that waterproof mascara that I don't want to damage them any more than they kind of already are. So I'm going to go with my I Love Extreme by Essence because I love it. And I'm going to do a couple of really nice thick coats. And for my lower lash line, I'm going to use the Lash Discovery by Maybelline. And now that that's done, we can move on over to the lips. Now you can do something nude, you can do something mauve, you can do something vampy, you can do whatever you prefer. But because I feel like I'm going with a cool toned eye, I don't want to do a bold lip. I want to keep it somewhat nude, but still like pouty and gorgeous, because that's sort of my personal preference. But by all means, whatever floats your boat is what you should go with. In the video, in my August favorites, I believe it was, I was wearing MAC Boldly Bare all over with a butter lipstick from NYX. I'm not going to use that today because I wanted something a little bit different, but still nude, still pouty, still gorgeous, and a lip combination I've been in love with, and I think that you will be too if you love nude lips. I'm feeling like I'm so excited to show you this, because it's like, in my head, this nude lip is like, ah. So that's why I like I want you to love it. I'm going to outline and fill in my whole lip using the All Natural Lip Liner by Milani. And then I'm going to take a new lipstick. This is from the Color Sensational Matte collection from Maybelline. This is the color Nude Embrace. I'm going to pop this in the middle of the lip, and then finish the whole thing off with this bad boy. This is the Kardashian collection lip gloss in the nude. And this is the final look. I love the way this looks turned out. I feel like it makes my eyes really pop, and I'm wearing gray today, which was totally by accident. I didn't plan it. But I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you found it helpful. I know so many people on that video were like, tutorial, 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 and I've been telling you guys that I've wanted to do some more all drugstore tutorials. So I hope that you have enjoyed this, and I am going to start doing fall themed looks. I've been just waiting for the weather to get just a little bit cooler because it has been hot here, and I feel like when it's really hot, I just can't get into, like, I don't know, I just can't get into it. Even like burning my pumpkin spice candle, all my girlfriends are burning theirs, and I just can't bring myself to burn mine. I don't know why, I'm really strange like that. But anyway, I am going to be sharing with you a haul, clothing haul really soon, so I hope that you're looking forward to that. Some more drugstore tutorials, and my hair dyeing video, I will show you that as well. All of that should be coming up this week, so hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you want to see next week, and I will see you soon. Bye!